You've got to do the work, because that's how I did it, how I got out of the internal matrix from within. And this is not to say that I have it all figured out, but in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you exactly how I've healed, how I'm on the journey to becoming free of my egoic mind. So from the moment we are born, we tend to get born into an environment that feels unsafe, fear, lots of fear. We tend to get born into an environment that feels unsafe. In the hospital room, you're screaming, you're crying, and so this instills a lot of fear before you've even reached your mother's arms. So from the moment you've been born and in your entire childhood is where you begin to form your beliefs, your programming, and this forms your sense of self, who you believe you are. And our programming, our conditioning comes from all our childhood experiences, whether this is through trauma, big T or little t trauma, from conditioning our minds through the TV. So we all form these beliefs about ourselves, then this forms our ego. Our ego forms an identity based on all of our conditioning, and that the subconscious mind holds onto and our nervous system holds onto. And these limiting beliefs will often keep us trapped in our own internal matrix. And when I'm referring to the internal matrix, I'm referring to our wounds, our limiting beliefs, the internal trap that we keep ourselves in. We keep ourselves in fear. And if you want to go a little deeper on how I talk about the internal matrix, healing from within, then check out this video here or here and you'll be taken to that video. So often we get programmed from the external matrix and our childhood experiences, our parents, our teachers, all our life experiences programs us often with feelings of not feeling good enough, not feeling worthy enough, not feeling like we are capable of doing things that we've always wanted to do, and we hold on to these. And this has been true for me. My whole life, I have been labelled as shy. I was labelled by teachers as shy. Every school report would say she's just needs to come out of her shell a bit more, or she's shy, and people would pick up on that. And then I started internalizing it more, as if there was something wrong with me. And I held on to this even into my adult years. Yes, I am introverted naturally, but I've overcome this and I've healed this and I've shifted, and I'm going to talk about this throughout this video. But often I would feel like, why can I not be the social butterfly, the person that has all the conversations and holds the conversations? And I would put myself down and wish that I was just somebody else. I internalized this as not being good enough, and that there was actually something wrong with me. And because I was holding on to that I have this identity of I'm shy, I have social anxiety, I would always find myself in situations where people would think I was socially awkward, I didn't talk. My first ever proper paid job in a nursery, I rarely spoke to any of the staff members, and they put it down as a negative thing because they thought I had to be some bubbly, extroverted person. Yes, you do have to be like that when you're around children, and I am like that when I'm around children. But I was always put down as that I wasn't good enough. And then I kept internalizing it again and having this negative inner critic, that there was something wrong with me. Speak up. Like, use your voice, find your voice. Why can't you be like that person? And every time I would go out with for staff meals, staff dues, all those sorts of things, I would be like the person in the background at the end of the table, not really speaking, or engaging in conversations now and again. And people would like be like, are you all right? Why are you so quiet? And it's just like, I actually don't want to fucking talk to you. It's like, that's the ultimate thing. I actually just didn't want to talk to people, but I would internalize that as that I wasn't good enough, and I would look at the other person like having a laugh and holding the group together. Like I would look at them and going, oh, put myself down. And this is a limiting belief that I held on to for so long, because I was told that I was shy, and that there was a stigma attached to that being shy, you're not confident, you don't get far, like you won't have many friends. And so this became my own internal matrix, my programming and my trap and my prison cell. There are many other limited beliefs that I am aware of now, but this was one that really kept me trapped and stuck. And I believe when we bring awareness to these and do the inner work, we can break free from that internal matrix and reprogram those limiting beliefs and heal those wounded aspects of ourselves, that wounded inner child. And what the ego will try to do is hold on to these beliefs, hold on to this identity that you have formed, because it believes that that is who you are. So for me, my whole life, people telling me that I'm shy, I embodied that. My ego told me time and time again that I can't be the extrovert, you're shy. What the ego likes to do is hold on to old identities. It doesn't like change. So for me, being labeled as shy my whole entire life was an ego identity. It was my sense of self. People would tell me I'm shy, that I was socially awkward, and that's who I became. It wasn't until I went through my spiritual awakening and I understood the ego more, I knew what shadow work was, inner child healing, and I began to reprogram my mind of those limiting beliefs and do the healing, doing the inner work. And roughly around about 6 months into my healing journey, my spiritual awakening, I experienced a huge shift. I became much more confident because I was working on my own internal voice of telling myself, you're not confident, you are shy, and feeling like I was being judged for like using my voice, speaking my truth, speaking up, having the boundaries, and not shying away from any kind of social interaction, shying away from any experience, because I felt like I was being judged, I was being silly, I'm on the spot, people are watching me, oh my god, they can see that spot right there on my face. And I did a lot of inner child work, like reconnecting to my inner child, being playful and telling myself out loud that I am proud of myself, I am loved, and that I am confident every single day. And I would journal on these limiting beliefs and reframe them, because reframing your limiting beliefs is a powerful technique, because having awareness is majority of the work, but what we need to do then is do that little bit of inner work, which is understanding the root cause and then reframing it, understanding where that limiting belief may have come from. But that is not always necessary. But when we just having the awareness of the belief, that keeps us trapped, keeps us in that ego mind of that identity, then we can just reframe that and change how we think about ourselves and break free from the internal matrix. When I did a lot of inner work, when I felt like much more confident in myself. I felt a complete whole identity shift. I completely shifted on how I presented myself. I shifted in how I saw myself. And I started this YouTube channel because I had a desire to share my message, although my business has changed over time because new timelines are always open. But I took the step, I felt more confident to do it. And now I am shifting into a whole new identity of doing more live workshops, live programs. And I do have an inner child workshop that is coming up on the 16th of June. If you want to save your spot for that, click the link in the pinned comments below. I just want to let you know that the tickets will not be available yet until the 2nd of June on Friday from now. But all the details will be in that link, and it's donation based, so you can just pay what you can. It's easy as that. There will be a replay, so I hope to see you over there. So doing these practices, so journaling, talking out loud to myself, deep visualize meditating with my own inner child, I was able to become more whole with myself, bring myself back home, reframe my programming, reframe my limiting beliefs. I know that I am worthy, I am fucking good enough, I am a divine fucking goddess, and the power is all within me. And I hope that you feel that too, because you do have all the power and all the answers within you. You are already worthy, you are already complete, because that is our natural state of love and bliss. That is our natural state. It's just the ego, the programming that we have been exposed to clogs us up from the frequency of love, because nothing else exists apart from love. And it's just the ego that creates all of these denser, heavy, negative emotions that keeps us trapped, because we put an identity on to those negative memories. This is what I've done to help reprogram that internal matrix. Don't forget, click the link in the pinned comments below for my inner child workshop, and I'll hopefully see you over there. Much love.